see the behind-the-scenes photos of Fantastic Beasts, you'll be left speechless. So much CGI was used throughout the series that your perception of the show will change entirely. Without any further ado, here is what Fantastic Beasts 3 really looks like behind the scenes. How are the beasts created? J.K. Rowling is the person we should all send thank you cards for giving us the amazement of the wizarding world. After finishing her Harry Potter story, she decided she would give us yet another series to relish. Fantastic Beasts is a spin-off of and prequel to the Harry Potter film series. However, you can enjoy the series without watching its predecessor, since it also follows a theme on its own, which doesn't necessarily connect to Harry Potter. Now, let's talk about something much more interesting. When you have no idea how these films are created, you watch them from a whole different perspective. But once you take a look at behind-the-scenes photos, you'll never watch those movies the same ever again. One of the most interesting things to us is how the actors deal with something that does not exist. Almost every film uses CGI nowadays, but Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them brought this feature to a whole other level, since the creatures all had different personalities. All actors had to look at some wacky animals in order for their performance to be more reliable. So the beasts in the series are actually figurines. Behind-the-scenes footage of Fantastic Beasts 3. At its Cine Europe presentation in Barcelona, Warner Bros. Screened some behind-the-scenes footage from Fantastic Beasts: The Secret of Dumbledore, giving fans a bit of what they should expect from the third and very anticipated installment. The third film in the Fantastic Beasts franchise was initially set to be released in July 2022, but Warner Bros. Stated that the film will now arrive in cinemas on April 15, 2022. For those of you not familiar, 2 more Fantastic Beasts films are under development, but their release dates are not known yet. The scenes shown in Spain show a look of Mads Mikkelsen as Gellert Grindelwald. The actor replaces Johnny Depp in the third installment. Depp's exit from Fantastic Beasts was a huge controversy on the internet, as in November 2020, Depp revealed he will no longer play Grindelwald in the series after he lost his libel case relating to allegations by his ex-wife, actress Amber Heard, against a UK newspaper. The story of the film, however, continues in the 1930s, which is after the events that occurred in the second film, and will take place in regions such as Germany, the US, the UK, and China. How do you guys feel about the replacement of Depp? Is Mads Mikkelsen a good fit for the character? Let us know down in the comment section below.
There is a legend in your family that a phoenix will come to any member who is in dire need.
The keep filming rule. Actors have to follow various rules when performing in a successful film. However, sometimes those rules cross the limit. Well, in some way. The crew behind the scenes is also trying to bring out the best they can, so the director's idea can be brought to life just as he wants. So when the actors of Fantastic Beasts were filming scenes, they couldn't really enjoy their breaks. Why? Well, director David Yates kept the film running in between takes so they could immediately try the scene and keep the actors' concentration intact. Eddie Redmayne's training for his role. Eddie Redmayne had to do a long study in order for his reaction to the fantastical creatures to be more reliable. We're all familiar with the fact that the character has to show love for those creatures. But what you didn't know is that the movie's director wanted his relationship with the different creatures to feel real. Judging by his performance in the previous films, they did it. But how? Well, the actor went off to various nature parks and met people who handled animals and learned some really idiosyncratic things that were completely useless. The plot is a big secret. Have you ever wondered how the plots of TV shows and movies are kept secret from the public, considering all the people working on them? Well, that's because only a relatively small section of those people actually work on the entire film. And, well, they simply try not to release any plot details, since they can face a lot of problems if they do release a piece of important information. But when it comes to Fantastic Beasts, the plot is kept a secret so much that the cast only got to see the script for the first time a week or two before filming. Eddie Redmayne shared the cast of the film knows as much as we, explaining how they just don't know what's coming. Occasionally, when Joe came to set on the first one, we'd get snippets and ideas. We had a sense of where it was going to be set, but you literally sit down and take it in, and I drink it up. I found my jaw on the floor, and I had to go back over it and try to tie all these things together," said the actor.
It's an expression derived from the three heads of the rune scroll, so the middle one is the visionary. Now, every aura in Europe wants
CGI effects. As we previously said, a lot of effort and attention to detail was put into the way Newt Scamander and the rest of the characters interact with the creatures of the film. Newt, played by Eddie Redmayne, had to face simple devices like a tennis ball on a stick, which were used as a stand-in for the fantasy creations. But Eddie needed to build a relationship with all of those creatures and wanted to work with something while he was on set. So we had to give him something more, Tim Burke said in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter. According to the director, they had a puppeted maquette that represented Pickett, a tiny twig like bowtruckle, and they used puppets to represent things like the Niffler, a tiny furry rodent with a duckbill. Enjoy the view of an entirely different world from what you previously knew of in Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, he has some attachment issues. Now come on, Pickett.
Remembering its predecessor. As you already know, Fantastic Beasts is set many decades earlier than the Harry Potter films. This made the process of honoring its predecessor pretty difficult, as the producers had no idea how to do that or what reference to use. None of the Harry Potter characters can appear yet, well, unless they use a time jump, but that's definitely not going to happen. However, you get our point. But the producers did come up with a great idea. The props were actually created to exist in the same world. Seraphina Picquery's throne was intended to bring to mind Dumbledore's original regal set at Hogwarts. Amazing, right? So much CGI. Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald is the second film in the franchise, and its production was quite difficult and challenging. That's sad when you compare how much effort was put into it. But the end result was, according to most fans, a terrible experience. Fans were really disappointed in the second film plot that, according to them, lacked a lot of creativity. Hence, the third film lives on pretty high expectations. According to animation boss, Framestore produced 490 shots of VFX and animation over their places in London and Montreal. Framestore worked on huge London and Paris environment builds, the French Ministère des Affaires Marquises, and 15 beasts, including Zawu, Niffler, and Pickett. Fantastic Beasts used a lot of CGI to recreate 1920s New York City, and now you can clearly see just how little of the film was real. Everything, literally everything from backgrounds to buildings to entries, it's all CGI. Not that we're complaining, not at all. It seems like Fantastic Beasts perfectly knows how to take total advantage of the tool, and with the third installment, they're expected to do it again. What would you guys want to see in the next installment of Fantastic Beasts? Also, do you like the CGI work in the films? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.